All billion of them. Pretty sure it's not a billion. I don't remember what exactly the what range the bot generates in, but Tracer's seeds input and ready to go. So, okay, there we go. See, let's try and sync up the Tracers a bit here. Alright, so both racers, you know, I think correctly digging down, trying to find a shortcut to the exit, but fortunately looking like it's a pretty narrow passage with, it's clogged up with a bunch of rocks. Not gonna be able to get through that, so just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Looping around, fighting my way through the rooms. Being 1-1, it's the slowest tempo though, and it's pretty easy to handle, so don't foresee it giving any of these racers troubles. Madoka, very, I'm not sure if intentionally, but excellently using the ghost to block the Minotaur, prevent him from going on a charge down the hallway. Would have wasted a lot of time. Gonna be the first one down to 1-2. Spawning the Blood Shop here, bombing into it, and that's a pretty strong Blood Shop. Can take the heal spell, cast it, and then buy the Titanium Flail. Madoka not gonna do so. In fact, neither race are gonna take the Titanium Flail, which I'm not too sure I agree with that. Well, you know, the flail is not the best late game weapon. It gets you hung up on floor hazards and or pushes blade masters around and makes them hard to set up for a kill. The 2 damage plus the knockback is extremely powerful in the early zones, and it would give you a pretty strong advantage here. Like that red dragon that just took Piper a while to kill would have been a extremely fast kill. You pretty much just walk straight up to him and hit him 3 times, spin him against a wall, and that's that. Bloodstaff here. Looks like Madoka not going to be taking it, which is fair. Already has the source of regen through the heal spell. Okay, now gonna backtrack for it. Bloodstaff, pretty useful weapon. You know, staff gonna clear out large swarms of enemies pretty quickly, but you do have that dagger range, so you need to be comfortable with acting as if you have a short range weapon. Can do some pretty cheeky boss kill strats with the staff as well. Oh, Piper, I think, getting grabbed by a monkey and gonna go down. Pretty unfortunate. Yeah, and there's a nice sneaky little kill. Madoka, Minotaur going away for another charge, but managing to get the staff shot into his back and just killing him mid-charge. So first fight is death metal. Madoka taking this safely and clearing out the ghosts. Preventing him from getting summons off might be a little tricky with this one-range weapon. In fact, he's going to get one summon off right there before going into his fire phase. But could use the other skeletons to get a shot off, and going to walk into a hit from death metal, so we're going to see this blood staff for a little while longer. Immediate Arena, though. 2-1 Arena could potentially have some pretty useful equipment. So Piper on the rerun still going to stay away from that Titanium Flail. I imagine it's likely just a matter of not being comfortable with flails. Because, yeah, at higher levels you definitely take that Titanium Flail to power through the first 2 zones, but it's understandable to avoid it. Madoka going to go into the arena, and not a new weapon, but does get the plate armor, which pairs pretty nicely with the heal spell and the blood staff. Health is going to go down in very slow increments with that armor equipped, and the blood staff healing and the heal spell healing gonna patch up whatever damage she'll probably be taking. Just has to avoid pretty big swarm situations or stomps from mini-bosses and such, and her health should be pretty high for most of the run. Finding a transmute scroll, just going to immediately pop it in the shop contents. Skipping out on the Luminous Torch, which is, I don't think I agree with that. Mapping a very powerful option, and also, yeah, transmute scroll gonna affect every item that's on the floor in the map, so converting some bombs there into a dove charm, and she has no bombs. That's actually kind of bad for her. struggling with this Dire Bat as well. And yeah, Piper on the rerun here with a little bit more concrete of a build set. Got that Shield Spell, the Monkey's Paw, the Gluttony Charm, and the Lucky Charm. Madoka making the swap off, though, to the Obsidian Staff. Much stronger than the Blood Staff, obviously. You know, it doesn't take a genius to realize that 3 is greater than 1. Obsidian Staff is pretty tricky to use, though, because of it being dagger range weapon. In order to get the right angle on a lot of enemies, you often want to stand still for a beat, and that's gonna burn your, gonna burn a beat and lose your multiplier, and drop you down to 1 damage. So you have to be really careful with the Obsidian Staff, and it takes a lot of precision to use. Good Conga 2 fight, though, and we'll be getting a chest here. We'll see if she goes for a weapon replacement, goes for something a little more comfortable, or is going to try and supplement that staff with a ring. Looking for the ring, getting the bomb spell. Usually a pretty bad find, but actually not terrible, considering that she currently has 0 bombs. Piper being a little bit aggressive into this boss room, considering that they've only got the 1 damage Dagger of Frost. Kind of having to step back and forth, in and out a little bit. Dagger of Frost very strong. It has piercing. It may only do 1 damage, but it does have that that freezing effect and the ability to shatter frozen enemies for an instant kill. So it will, at most, 2-shot everything. But against larger swarms like that, it doesn't fare as well. So, knocking out Conga here now. Pretty simple setup. Conga will go down in 2 hits really easily. Oh, but getting wind pulled back, and it's going to miss the flawless. Madoka's spotting a Titanium Cat and is going to swap to that over the Staff. Wise decision, I think. Staff starts to get really spooky in Zone 4 when you have to deal with Warlocks potentially teleporting you across the map without warning. Happens all the time when you're firing staff shots into empty rooms. Having a strong torch can help prevent that, but Madoka passed up the Luminous Torch earlier, so yeah, it would be pretty much shot in the dark every time she fires into a room, whether or not she's going to teleport across the room, and sometimes that can be pretty lethal. So Madoka onto Coral Rift. So fair lead over Piper, but Piper with I think an overall better looking build. Map, Lucky Charm, Monkey's Paw, Shield Spell. That map is going to be huge in terms of letting them catch up to Madoka by saving time in this Zone 3. And Madoka making kind of a really strange misstep against Coral Rift, just kind of walking into the head there. So isn't going to be getting a ring here, which I imagine she probably wanted to be looking for. Good use of the shield spell on Piper's side, and is going to be starting Coral Rift just as Madoka finishes it. So Piper definitely making up some time here. Going for a throw bomb here, though. The double throw bomb can be tricky, yeah, not knowing the strat for it. So it's going to have to spend all their bombs to make it work. Does maintain the flawless, though, so we'll be able to check a chest here. I imagine probably we'll be looking for a ring. Oh, and that's huge. A Ring of Courage with Dagger of Frost is fairly strong. That piercing weapons work really well with Courage. Oftentimes the biggest stopping point for Courage builds is when you get swarms where enemies are armored and you can't continue your kind of Courage chain off of the armored enemies. But when you're running a Dagger of Frost, you've got piercing, and you're going to still be able to do that. And yeah, just like that, the race is now even. Both racers in the same room in 4-2. And Ring of Courage, as we all know, is a super strong pushing ring. Madoka, oh, taking an nasty teleport. Taking lots of damage. Finds magic cheese. Maybe should have considered eating the cookies and then the cheese to get an extra heart container. Would pair really well with that potion. But Yeah, it's gonna have to fight her way back to the exit room here, and Piper. Well, Piper's having a hard time approaching this with her short-range weapon, but Madoka probably gonna experience some of the same problems. And now Piper has pulled ahead. I think, yeah, Madoka kind of doing a lot of shopping in the mid game, trying to take advantage of Piper's early death, but not really getting much for it. Missing Flawlesses being missing the Coral Rift Flawless, rather, but also the Death Metal Flawless. Both kind of costing her quite a bit here. Glass Longsword probably doesn't want that. Be pretty risky to run compared to a Titanium Cat. And yeah, Monkey's Paw really making Zone 4 a lot easier for Piper, who has so much less to worry about when those monkeys are just frozen. Not a chance of getting a nasty Tail Monkey like Madoka did. And Piper doing a little bit of shopping, finding lead boots. Not going to really do any good, because this is 4-3.
They're really close right now.
So ooze is no longer a factor, except in this conga, or I mean, Fortissimo fight. Okay, both of them going for the kill. Dagger of Frost, gonna secure the kill much more quickly for Piper, and Madoka missing Flawless again. Maybe needs to brush up on her boss strats a bit, because that's 3 out of 4 bosses that she's missed her Flawless against. So Madoka barely in the lead. Piper doing a little shopping, not quite sure what they're looking for. This build is set. You've got everything you need. And yeah, Piper pulling back ahead again. That shield spell really being put to good use. Yeah, I think Madoka's decision to go torchless is really costing her a lot. Honestly, definitely a decision I really question. Torchless is great when you are on darkness and you know exactly where you're going anyway, and just want to aggro as few enemies as possible. But when you don't have that full mapping, the torch is going to give you that mapping. Alright. Ooh, really close. That exit's really close to the door. Could just walk right in. And yeah, Madoka's going to be the first one down. Barely. Just going to go for a fast strat here. No lures. Both racers.
Piper doing the Oblivion strat here. I like it.
Yeah, both of them handling it nicely, and both getting down to Necrodancer at about the same time. Both of them still have a potion, so not too much to worry about. I think both these racers really should be considering tanking these bombs. Piper with that shield spell, that might be what makes the difference here. That was weird. Why did Cadence get frozen but not Dorian on Madoka's side? Like, Dorian was closer to him, and he didn't get frozen. Piper with a much better start to the fight. I think Piper's got this. Oh, kind of missing a lure, but Madoka's struggling with lures as well. Oh, now Piper's getting some bad teleports and missing some lures, but Piper gets the last hit, and yeah, that's going to be game 1 to Piper.
That was a good set. I didn't see all of it, but the races looked really close.
Yeah, Madoka just really overextended her reach with respect to Piper taking that early death, and really failed to take advantage of it properly. Slowed down, did lots of shopping, and then picked up none of the items she found. So, yeah, Piper just kind of coming from behind with a much stronger build, and slingshotting themselves right past Madoka for the win. I honestly still feel like passing that Luminous Torch is what cost Madoka that race. Like, even just a basic torch will do so much for efficient routing. Oh wow, they're launching right into race number 2. Well, at least Piper is, I think, a little bit of stream lag on Modoka's side. Here, let me try and sync these up a little bit better. Yeah, both racers also kind of, I think, need to needing to maybe practice lures a bit. Lots of missed opportunities for Necrodancer hits on both sides of the field there. But you know, we're on to a new race here, and we're seeing Piper pick up, spend the bomb for that starting potion, while Madoka is going to pass on it and elect to keep the bomb. Oh, and Piper finding a 3-pack of bombs that Madoka missed. That's really big. Magic apples, that's a free heart container for both racers. Potential blood shop here. Let's see what we've got. Oh my god, really? Really?
Oh my goodness.
And Madoka doesn't take the bomb charm! Neither does Piper! What? That's a ridiculously broken combo, and they're both only taking one piece of it.
I disagree.
Like, that is, you
Maybe...
walk into a boss room and push down left and everything dies.
Oh, the shop on 1-3 is so good. Both of them are gonna get it.
Okay, no, see, that's because you can't do shopkeeper kills with the... Madoka forgot her blast home!
Oh, no! No.
And is gonna die to the shopkeeper kill. Okay, so no, apparently these players are just far above our levels. They knew that the 1-3 shopkeeper was worth killing, because you cannot kill shopkeepers with blast home bomb charm.
I think you can, you have... Oh, yeah, you can't. That's...
Yeah, and that's why bomb charm is a horribly designed item and should be removed or completely reworked from the ground up. Please, Blimp, please, just please. For God's sake, please.
Next patch.
It's so bad.
Please.
It's
Next patch.
so badly designed in every possible way. But still.
Remove Monkey Paw 2, okay, thanks.
Okay, but anyway, you know, gripes about the game design aside, Madoka is setting herself quite a ways back by messing up that shopkeeper kill, and that's a really bad place to be in because this is a super ultra tanky build. We're talking on Piper's side, heavy plate, 6 hearts, regen, potion. There are very few ways I could see Piper dying in this race. And, you know, when you die and fall behind, what you're hoping for most is that your opponent, you know, also dies and helps you even up the gap. But that's likely out of the question, so now Madoka needs to push. Honestly, I think going out of the way for this shop again is the wrong decision. Wow, Madoka, she was really struggling against in that shopkeeper kill. Like, you could tell she was, like, she almost missed a beat on the 3rd action against the shopkeeper, which would have killed her. So, yeah, Madoka may be a little rattled from that death. But yeah, it makes sense. Like, the lack of iframes makes sense, but it's also this is an item which in many times provides major downsides that is completely unremovable and unreplaceable. That's bad design. Like, I don't like that. I think it's horrible and completely contrary to how the game tends to work. Same goes for Grenade Charm to a slightly lesser extent, honestly. Yeah, it's not so much that Blast Helm and Bomb Charm have different mechanics for bomb immunity, it's that Bomb Charm changes how player bombs work. You actually are not given bomb immunity. You are just given bombs that do not damage players.
Like we're doing a slow coral right here so they don't waste their bomb. They only have 3 right now.
The inability to kill shopkeepers is just another little issue with it. It's not the primary issue for sure, but it's a problem with it. The other gripe I have about it being that Bomb Charm plus Grenade Charm is kind of the new Mana Freeze, Mana Shield. It's a mindless build that's kind of auto-win as long as you have bombs. Like, I played Arya earlier yesterday, and was playing pretty terribly, to be completely honest, but when I got Bomb Charm plus Grenade Charm, every room was mindless. I just throw a grenade into every single room and everything dies, and that's it. Okay, but anyway, you know, focusing back on the race here, getting away from my my gripes with certain new DLC items, Madoka is making a good push forward here. Does have that same tanky build, albeit minus the potion, and is, I think, you know, knows it's go time. Knows that she has to push hard to catch back up with Piper, who's maybe taking this a little bit more leisurely than they really should be. Because despite the death, we are looking at a 3-2 versus 3-3 race right now, with pretty much equivalent builds. Only difference being that Piper just picked up Grenade Charm, which is going to boost that Blast Helmet up to 6 damage. Wisely avoiding killing the Yeti on top of that trapdoor. Well done on Piper to realize that. Grenade Charm and Protection Charm, which is going to provide an extra half heart of defense. Doesn't really do much when you already have Heavy Plate. But Madoka has that Fireball spell, which is, I think, a pretty big potential advantage. A really good killer, potential, like, Blade Master killer and boss killer. Piper, I think, really maybe should have considered using a grenade Blast Helm Bomb there to kill Death Metal a little more quickly. A lot of time lost to a pretty mediocre Death Metal fight there. Madoka should definitely Fireball here. Well, Fireballs eventually, but after reducing Death Metal past, you know, below 3 HP, that's, you know, that's after the point you want to be doing that. But, okay, so it's a 1-4 difference here. Piper on to 1-2. Madoka getting Telemonkeyed. It's actually a pretty good one. I believe that is the room directly next to the exit. So as soon as she cleans this up, she's safe to push in. Okay, no, there's one room between. Where is she going?
No, that's the wrong way.
Where are you going, Madoka?
Madoka, no. You go down left, down right, down right.
You don't know where to go either.
I had to look at the layout for a second.
But, yeah, that was a strange mystery there. Oh, Fireball. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't let yourself get disoriented by telemonkeys like that. You know, the exit's not going to move, even after those teleports, so gotta be going the right way. Can't waste time in extra rooms, especially when, again, you know, your opponent's got the tankiest build in the world, and they're just trucking along. You don't want to be wasting time to misreads. So Piper starting Fortissimo 4 as Madoka approaches the 4-2 exit room. Again, I kind of wasting time on extraneous fights here. time that she really doesn't have, because Piper is, yeah, just pushing forward. Still even has that potion on top of all these massive amounts of health. Okay, yeah, I think Madoka, I think, making the right call there. Maybe realizing that she's got a ton of health at her disposal, and that blood magic is very much something she should be using to help her accelerate here. You didn't kill the sarcophagus. The sarcophagus is still alive. There you go. Alright, so gonna be gone to Fortissimo, but that Zone 4 being really slow compared to Piper. Piper really taking the lead here. On 5-2, about to be 5-3. That monkey's paw that came out of the boss chest really putting in a lot of mileage in terms of just making these hallways really easy to manage. And Madoka is now starting Zone 5, but Piper is about to finish it. Aggressive use of the shield spell, very nice. And, yeah, into Deadringer. 5.5 hearts and a shield spell. Yeah, Madoka, I think, still playing way too scared considering her build. You know, this is heavy plate, 6 hearts, and a shield spell we're talking about. I think if you're pushing anything, you know, if you're trying to move anywhere that isn't towards the exit, it's probably not what you should be doing. Piper just bombing through the stage really easily with that Blast Helm, popping the shield spell to trigger the extended shield glitch. Good lures on Piper's side. Oh, missing that one. A little bit off the mark on that lure, but it's gonna get frozen for it. It teleports right to a corner. That's an easy hit. And one more hit, and that's it. Piper takes game 2. Oh, I missed it. Did Madoka quick open the door?
I don't think so.
Ah.
I didn't see it. But I would assume not. Maybe she did. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Madoka just getting too tilted by the Blast Helm death to the shopkeeper. I still very much disagree with the Eraser's decision to not take the Bomb Charm, despite the fact that it ended up working out pretty well in that regard, considering there was that amazing shop. But yeah, Piper just getting that safe build and slowly trucking on through. I think Madoka maybe could have pushed a little bit harder and tried to put a little more pressure on Piper than she did, but that is what it is. So for 4 points, 4-point players, unfortunately, yeah, I haven't been keeping up, but yeah, geez, if that's the case, then yeah, I guess that means like everyone needs to. You can't drop a single set, can you? So yeah, 4 points isn't going to be enough to get into the playoffs on the weekend. Then I guess this is end of the road for Madoka already. And very likely, I don't know if Piper's already had their other race yet. No, it's the Discord bot, or the Condor bot message said they have 0-0 record, so no, this is their first race. So yeah, Piper going to be looking to take the 3rd point here. That's going to put them in much better position for their 2nd race, because yeah, if 5 points, if 5 out of a possible 6 are needed to get into the playoffs, then yeah, definitely want that 3rd point, because that means that they're only going to need to win by by a 2-1. But if they only take 2 points here, then it's going to need to be a 3-0 on the other set, if I'm understanding the current standings correctly. So a bit of an interesting choice here. Oh, Piper does have 3 points already.
Yep.
Okay, I guess the Condor bot has not updated that yet then. So, and yeah, Madoka currently came into this race with a 1-2 record, so I think needed to 3-0 this set to have any chance of staying in. So Madoka's just kind of playing for, playing to prove, you know, to prove something at this point, to at least try and take 1 point off from this set. Unfortunately, that's all she's gonna really get out of this is a little bit of pride, because no chance of her being in the playoffs this weekend at this point. That said, Madoka with the early lead. So we are seeing a little bit of difference here. Piper with the map bombed the Shrine of Space for map, while Madoka bombed open the Blood Shop and got the Obsidian Rapier for it. It's a bit of an interesting dilemma there, really. Like, do you bomb the Blood Shop for potential good items, or do you bomb the Shrine of Space for the guaranteed map? What do you think? What do you think is the right call, Goof? Do you bomb a Shrine of Space for the guaranteed map, or do you bomb into a Blood Shop?
I think you bomb into the Blood Shop, depending on what it has. You might want to see what's in there.
I mean, at the time, the racers didn't know what was in it, so it's, you know, you're basically bombing for a set of mystery items or for a guaranteed map.
That's actually a hard one.
Yeah, paid off for Madoka because that had an Obsidian Rapier, and oh man, that black chest has a Karate Gi.
Ooh. Take it. You get 2 damage.
This is so much in favor of Madoka now. Piper does have that mapping, but 1 damage dagger, because, yeah, just gonna swap off with that Karate Gi for the leather armor. So it's gonna be running in zone 2 with a 1 damage dagger, but we'll know exactly where they're going, thanks to that map. Also has the advantage of those grenade charms, could chuck some grenades to make up for their lack of damage. Gonna pop that holy water right there to kill that dire bat, but I'm gonna have to back up for this golem, so yeah, really slow 2-1 for Piper, while Madoka's accelerated all the way to her second boss already. Alright, and it's gonna be Fortissimo. Taking a bit of a hit there, but nothing too bad. That's a juicy grenade if I've ever seen one. Not going to take the opportunity for it, though. Maybe he wants to save the bombs. 5 is not a whole lot of bombs, especially considering that you probably want to be spending grenades against, you know, against bosses. It's totally understandable to want to save them and not, you know, not use them against mini bosses like that. Madoka going to pick up a fireball spell out of that arena. Be good tool for just dishing out damage against large swarms of enemy and killing bosses.
Most definitely.
Piper having a little trouble with this Fortissimo, getting the right setup to secure the kill.
Oh, the black chest did so bad. He's not even. They're not even gonna take it.
You're a little ahead of me. Oh, glass whip. Oh yeah, that is pretty terrible. Yeah, just gonna leave it behind. Can't say I fault them. You know, glass whip is pretty awful. That blood flail also pretty awful. So just gonna take that same fireball spell. So Piper's got so many ways to deal damage, but none of them are their weapon, unfortunately, which is still a base dagger. They've got that fireball spell and 5 grenades at their disposal, so, you know, some potential good sources of burst damage. But, ugh, just very few good weapons. You had to check that blood shop, apparently. But that shopkeeper familiar is actually potentially really good for Piper here. Could potentially spend lots of health on blood magic and then heal it up with the shopkeeper. Oh, but gonna trip up on that tricky shove monster rider situation and walk into a black rider stomp, and that's 3 hearts. Leather armor isn't gonna do you much to save you when you're eating a hit like that. So it's back to 1-1 for Piper as Madoka pushes on to Deep Blue's 3. Pretty minimal build here, but that is a quick kill setup for Deep Blues. Can just walk up the center. And I imagine we'll probably see her looking for a ring here. And it's going to get a heal spell, some good extra little bit of safety. Aside from the spells, a pretty minimal looking build. There's a potion though. So really going to help secure this, secure some safety here. And yeah, I think this just kind of all came down to that coin toss decision of, you know, go for the guaranteed map or gamble on the mystery blood shop items. And yeah, Madoka just happened to choose correctly. Because, you know, I honestly, I'm kind of with you, Goof. Like, I don't think there's really a clearly right decision to make there. Madoka's got to play it careful here, though. Has already lost that potion she picked up, like, not even 20 seconds ago. I think just not quite tracking her Obsidian Multiplier correctly and failing to kill the Ogre as quickly as she was predicting. Yeah, I think Madoka maybe needs to work on like when to play aggressively and when to play passively, because we're seeing her with some super aggressive pushes right now, even though her opponent is all the way back in on Conga 1. But yeah, in the last race where she had the tanky build and needed to make ground up for her opponent, she was playing super safe. A little bit more solid above 4-2 though. Not too much to worry about in that floor, but on to 4-3. This is where things can get pretty rough sometimes. Dropping a beat there intentionally. Probably not what you want to be doing with obsidian weapons. Here's out the swarm though, and can be walking through this ooze room. Ooh, that's a really ugly room actually. That bomb trap is thankfully gonna let her dig through the bottom there. It's another ogre. Pretty easy positioning there. And a fairly empty exit room, so yeah, it's gonna be it for Zone 4 and on to Death Metal 4. It's gonna be a pretty easy kill with this Obsidian Rapier. Oh, Piper going down to a trap door in 1-1. Madoka getting the kill. Obsidian Rapier, it's better to do the poke first and then the lunge, because the lunge is going to force a teleport, whereas the 3 damage poke won't. So that means that you can poke Death Metal once for 3 damage, knock off his shield, and push him back. And that'll set you up nicely for 6 damage lunge to finish him off, without ever having to worry about teleport RNG. Getting a free scroll out of that purple chest, a pretty weak find. I'm sure she was looking for a ring of some sort, probably a ring of regen or something. Needs to watch that devil though. Okay, Madoka's really gotta be careful here.
It looks like there's a crate room. Oh, she didn't find it, but it looked like there was a crate
pushing
room.
Past a potential food shop there. That's definitely what you want to be getting when you have a huge lead like this. Madoka maybe not screen watching at all, I'm not sure. Because, yeah, there's a shop right there, not even out of her way, but she's just pushing forward. So Piper this time is going to be, getting that Obsidian Rapier. But at this point, it's a little bit late. She's, or they're depending on Madoka just dying, which we are coming up on dead rain. Oh yeah, getting her hearts cursed. You're gonna have to back up here.
She can
Not
check the shop, maybe.
And she's been
She
skipping
can
her
just-
shops. Like I said, she doesn't seem to like have a good sense for when to slow down, which kind of tells me maybe she's not watching. That said, we are seeing safe lures here, so dropping a multiplier though, so not gonna get an item to check out of this.
Oh no!
Oh, that is not what you wanted. Oh, Madoka! Just needed to kill. Just needed to poke that rider, and the fight was over. But just burned a beat, and that got Deadringer out of charge mode, and that's yeah, it's back to 1-1 for Madoka. And now Piper, now she does not have that advantage over Piper. Piper, you know, using the screen watching to know, you know, to find that Obsidian Rapier that Madoka had, and now is running the same build that Madoka was running on her first run through. Yeah, with this, I imagine we're probably looking at Piper looking to secure. I don't know if there's seeding in CoNDUIT this time around. I'm still not sure, like, if they're planning on doing the usual, like, 4-man brackets, 4-man races like they do most of the time. But yeah, with Piper, Piper with a solid lead now. Could be looking to secure the 6-0 on the weekly races here, which would, I am sure, you know, if there is any sort of seeding, I'd put them at the front of the pack. Can't get too comfy though, because, you know, Madoka has run this seed, has that Obsidian Rapier, and can probably make a solid run back. Screen the flaws against Fortissimo 2. And gonna be grabbing the purple freeze tome.
Thinking.
Yeah, pretty much our racers retracing their steps here. Pretty similar build to last time, although, you know, Piper much more comfortable Obsidian Rapier over Base Dagger. No Grenade Charm this time, though. Ooh, Shovel of Strength. I don't think buying those items is the right call, though. There was a Fear Scroll in the shop. Could have saved a lot of gold just by buying the Fear Scroll and then fearing Freddy out of there. But, still, Shovel of Strength, +1 damage on that Obsidian Rapier, really nice. Means that even if you're taking hits and losing that multiplier, you're still going to be doing a respectable amount of damage even after that multiplier drop. But yeah, spending all that money does mean that if they find a shop with good armor like this one, they can't afford it, and they're going to have to just go for the kill if they want it.
Yeah, they don't have the double bomb. They could have used one of the shield tomes, but... Oh, sorry, freeze tomes. My mistake.
Yeah, let's stick with the Shovel of Strength over the Shovel of Courage, which I think is fair. It's a little bit of a toss-up, honestly. Like, Shovel of Strength is safety with regards to, you know, keeping that damage up even if you lose your multiplier on Obsidian. But it also means big digs, which in Zone 4 can mean huge swarms. So you're safer in one aspect and a little less so in another. So, but Shovel of Courage, I mean, they do have that Bright Torch, which takes care of the main hazard of Shovel of Courage. Shovel of Courage can be potentially really dangerous in the late zones. If you don't have a torch, you can dig into some really nasty situations. Interesting, Piper almost just, like, Piper went around back and almost skipped the chests after going around back. I'm not quite sure what that was about. Maybe trying to do screen watching of Madoka for chests, but not realizing that Madoka is actually his own back. If I had to guess, that's what that was about. So there's another bomb for Piper, up to 4, and yeah, now Piper. Once again, it's looking a lot like last race. A really safe, tanky build here. 5 hearts, potion, plate armor, heal spell. As long as they can keep that those glass slippers alive, also don't have to worry about ooze. So it's looking a little grim for Madoka, who's still on a pretty minimal build and a little low on the health side. But, I mean, we are talking Obsidian Rapier Seed here. Racers can make insane pushes with that weapon. It is one of the best weapons in the game for sure. Making good use of that Shopkeeper Familiar as well to keep their health up. Excellent use of the rat there to deal with the Blade Master. I think the rat really shines in Zone 4. Can save you so much time against Blade Masters. And yeah, still has those glass slippers alive, so yeah, not worried about too much right now. Oh, man. We need to have words about seed variants.
Uh-oh.
The ooze puddles on the floor in that room were different because Piper killed their shopkeeper. Oh, I hate to see differences like that.
Make it stop.
I'm pretty sure at least.
Stop.
I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure that room was slightly different because of the shopkeeper kill. I might be wrong, but actually I think I'm. Well, but those that gargoyle and spike trap weren't there on Monaca's run for sure, which tells me that a bomber walked onto the spike trap for Madoka, which probably should have happened for Piper as well, but it didn't. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to look at that to kind of, because that is kind of something that I think has kind of picked up quite a bit in the DLC, is seed variants due to shopkeeper kills, and I really kind of want to figure out exactly what's causing that. And yeah, right there, oh, Madoka like missed out on a great food shop there by just pushing so aggressively in Zone 5. That food shop had a ham in it. Really could have been the difference between her surviving and dying on Deadringer. Yeah, this ultra tanky build for Piper now. Takes a Minotaur charge there. You can't even tell the difference based on their health. So now Piper looking to finish out Zone 5. Madoka more than a zone behind. Just gonna pop that freeze scroll for an easy exit room here. And on to Deadringer. 19 hearts at Piper's disposal.
What was he? Oh, he's doing Oblivion.
Yeah, they're doing a faster Oblivion strat here, by the looks of it. Yep.
Nice. Executed
flawlessly. Missed the shopkeeper heal, but honestly, I can't fault them. It's I don't think Caden's dying in this fight is incredibly likely. At this point, it's just a matter of making sure Dorian doesn't get dragon stomped or something like that. Yeah, like just letting Cadence tank the hits from those mummies. Doesn't even care.
I'm mad. can't believe they didn't tank those bombs. Or they didn't tank those bombs.
Alright, so... missing the lure, moving a little too early for that lure. Narrowly avoiding getting Dorian bombed there. Yeah, Piper definitely knows their how to handle lures. A little bit off on some points, but you can definitely see a very deliberate effort to go for them. A little confusion there, tripping up Piper on that hit, but one more hit, and there it is. Pretty rough race, but gonna finish after 21 minutes with a 12-minute in-game time, taking the 3-0 sweep and going with a flawless record on the weekly matches. So well done to Piper.
That is 6 people now with 6 points.
6 people with 6 points. Oh man.
Yep. 3 Axum, Wonder J, Arboretic.
Yeah, let me take a look at these standings because I haven't really looked at the full sheet.